Joining us now is David Zervos, Chief Market Strategist at Jefferies. David, great to have you with us.
Good to be here, Melissa.
Has your view of the markets changed in light of what Chair Powell said today?
I don't know that they've changed. I've been very concerned that the messaging from the Fed in this new world order for the Fed with new vice chairs, a new governor, and two new presidents was going to get a little bit difficult, and that the Fed itself would have more trouble communicating in this environment where inflation is more persistent, and we have a new cast of characters that are leading the charge around the board table. So I think, and you add to that, Melissa, a time of year where you're either up a lot of money and you want to protect it, or you're down a lot of money and you can't take a lot of risk. And we all saw the illiquidity Friday, and that's kind of a preview of what happens toward year ends. So we can get a lot of whippiness. But I think those three things: a new Fed. This is not the same Fed as we had before. We're going to get a whole new cast of characters, and the market's got to understand where they're coming from. An inflation situation that does seem to have much more, in my opinion, supply-side rigidities than we may have thought earlier, and liquidity are all combining for something that could be quite a bit of fireworks coming into the end.
Sounds like you're expecting a lot of chop, David. And I mean, should we take Chair Powell's message today as the message of the Fed, given the new cast of characters, or do you think that there's a little bit of possibility for wiggle room once everybody's in and at the table?
Melissa, I think the market's always going to sort of try to figure out where that strike is for the Fed put. We all talk about that Fed put. When do they come in and save us when it's all messy? Is it down 5%? Is it down 10%? Is it down 15%? And one of the things we've sort of seen historically is when there's large changes at the Fed, a new chairman or a significant change at the top of the leadership, the market kind of pushes around and tries to find out where that put is. It feels like we're sort of beginning to do that a little bit. I don't think this is as big a deal as getting a new chair, but I do think it's a pretty big deal, and have thought it's going to be a pretty big deal as we lost Randy Quarles, as we lost Rich Clarida, as we lost the two presidents from Dallas and Boston, and as the upcoming governor seat gets filled. It's going to be an interesting, and I would venture to say difficult communication set of issues for this Federal Reserve.